Dustin's Off-Road. Today we're going to be installing this 12,000 pound Badland winch on our 2011 JK. Let's take a look inside the box and see what we got. Safety manual. These are little red things on the hook. Some styrofoam. Remote with a 12-foot cable. More styrofoam. The plate that goes up front that guides the cable. The controller box and all the cables, and of course the winch. And the last thing, the ground cable. We're gonna have to take these lights off of our front bumper. They're in our way to drop the winch down in there. It's just 2 bolts on each side. Now we're gonna set it in place on our bumper. For the bolts, we found them in the box. It's got the bolts, all the bolts here, and you also have the fuses for the winch. 4 smaller bolts here, and put the lock washer and the washer on there, and those install up through the bumper into the bottom of the winch. Okay, now we've got our 4 bolts just hand started. There's one there, one there, one there, and one right there. Now we're going to go ahead and tighten them down. Now we're going to bolt the cable guide up right here in front of the winch. It bolts up to the bumper. It's going to be these 2 bolts right here. Put the nuts here on the inside. Looking back, it probably would have been easier to put this on before the winch, but we're just going to go ahead and finesse with it and get them in place. We're going to bring the cable through the front and put the hook on it. First, we want to make sure that it's engaged where the gears are together, and we're going to cut the zip tie. Now we're going to feed this loop through the front. When we got a hold of it, then we're going to disengage it, pull it out a little bit, and then re-engage it. Straighten out this little pin here and pull it out. Let's get that pin out. You can put it over the cable, put the pin back in, put the Carter key in, spin these little tabs here around so it doesn't come back out. And that's it. Your hook is installed. The control box, it just snaps in place right on top of the winch. Shorter cables, the black, the red, and the yellow go right here. They're color coded: black, red, yellow. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna unscrew the nut, put the cable on there that's the same color, put the nut back on, and tighten it down good and snug. Make sure that the stud does not turn. This could cause damage to the winch. Once you got it tightened down, just finesse the little plastic cover over the bolt, and it's going to be the same thing for the other 2. Okay, so now we got to connect the ground cable. This is the long ground cable that goes to the battery, and then this little one here is the one that goes to the control box, which we put on top of the winch, and they hook up to that stud right there on the bottom of the winch. It's going to be the same thing as the ones we just did up top. Next, we're going to hook up the positive and negative to the battery. The negative just simply hooks right there to the battery. The positive side, you're going to bolt up this circuit breaker, these 3 circuit breakers there with that 1 bolt, and then you're going to bolt the positive cable to the other end of the circuit breakers. Now that we got that connected to our battery, we're going to go ahead and plug in our controller. It just simply plugs into this little plug here on the side of the control box. There's a little notch there and there that you have to line up. Now that it's plugged in, we can bring our winch in and out.